Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, episode number 14, season number 1 of our journey. Yes, our journey. It's been a little while since I've uploaded. I do apologise. The club doctor has put me, basically put me on house rest due to Brazilian flu. I have Brazilian flu. No, I'm only kidding, but I just thought that'd be quite a cool storyline. I was going to put GTA in there and make a whole storyline for it, and I thought, no, let's just get down to the nitty gritty, let's get down to the hardcore. What we're going to do in today's episode is have a look at the squad. As you can see on the screen now, we're having a look at the squad report, have a look at the players, see how they're progressing. Then we're going to have a look at all the divisions within the game. So we're going to cover every single division, have a look at how the divisions are going, and perhaps try and make a plan of action of where we really want to go and how we foresee it happening. At the end of the day, it's all random. We don't know who's going to come in with job offers. It'd be nice to get a decent job offer, but at the end of the day, the one sort of job offer I want is a club that has a little bit of cash so I can buy Wallison. He's the one player that I want to take with me everywhere I go because he is absolutely fantastic. Such a joy to play with. He is such a joy to play with. He really, really, really is. And he's been absolutely phenomenal so far. Speaking of phenomenal players, Toro, who's I think is at Atletico Mineiro. You might have to go back to have a look at him. He's a fantastic looking player. Really, really is. We've got Marinda. Unfortunately, he's 29. If he was a couple of years younger, I would probably consider taking him on to another club with me as well, because he's a really, really good standout player for me personally. He makes great bombing runs forward, and he's got a good engine on him to defend, which is fantastic. It's something we really do need. And the one thing I do love about being at Bahia is the fact they've got me playing 4-3-3, which is a formation historically that I despise. I've never really been able to use it. I've never really been able to play against it, and for some reason this team is, I don't know, it just seems really, really fantastic to use it with them. I'd love to try a better team with the 4-3-3 because I think we could do some serious damage. Table-wise, okay, look, we're in 13th position. 26 games in, 8 wins, 8 draws, 10 losses, 32 points. It's not as bad as it seems. At the end of the day, we're meeting the actual requirements of the board. We don't have the greatest team in the world neither. So people need to take that into consideration. As much as the season is looking awful, it's actually quite good, which is I'm pretty happy with. As you see, the Australian League hasn't kicked off as yet. The Austrian Bundesliga is underway. The same with the Belgian Pro League. Standard Liège, look at that at the top. 8-0-1, 17-7. Starting off like a house on fire. We're into Chile, some interesting teams in the Chilean league, and their division's doing quite well. I mean, look at how close that is. It's fantastic. On to Colombia, and again, really, really is close at the top of the table. Anyone from 1st to 6th could really have a big input. The Superliga in Denmark, again, wow, look at Copenhagen. They are doing quite well. Nordsjælland in 2nd place? I probably mispronounced that. I do apologise to my Danish subscribers, but I love your bacon and I love you because you're Danish. End off. Great Dane, Peter Schmeichel. That table looked really close. Nordsjælland, which I'll probably pronounce and killed yet again, in 2nd place. Too many draws. I mean, 5, 6 and 0 is fantastic, but just too many draws. And the surprise for me is Ligue 1, which is in France. Saint Etienne at the top of the table. 8 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses. 23 goals scored, 5 against. That is phenomenal. Bearing in mind, Aubameyang is obviously at Borussia Dortmund. Speaking of Borussia Dortmund, they are 2nd in the division. Look at that, 17 points. And of course, Bayern Munich are always leading. Then we move on to Serie A. Now, one of my favourite teams, of course, is Roma. Everyone knows that I'm a big fan of DDR16. Daniel De Rossi in 3rd place, too many draws, and the team just below them I used to love and adore. Of course, I still love and adore Napoli. I have a huge soft spot for Hamsik. For you guys who don't understand this, Lavezzi, Cavani, Hamsik. Oh my God, they are sensational. They tore Chelsea a new arse over in Italy. It was fantastic. What was it? Or was it at Stamford Bridge? Back in the Champions League. But I've loved those three for many, many seasons. I was really, really gutted 2 seasons ago when Lavezzi left. And then I was really, really gutted last season. Cavani left. But thankfully, they're both at Paris Saint-Germain. So if I could get a job in La Liga 1, I would love to go to Paris Saint-Germain and take Hamsik there. That would be like a bloody dream. That would be like a dream come true. Plus, they have enough money and I can bring Wallison in. Now, look at the Scottish football. There's some interesting teams now. You know, I wouldn't say no to a job in Scottish football by any stretch of the imagination. I probably wouldn't go for Celtic because that would be too overpowering. You know, I'd have a look at Inverness, Caledonian Thistle. I think that'd be an interesting team. One of the Dundee sides, I think would be an interesting side. You know, I'm not against going anywhere. I'd go to America. I'd manage Sounders. I mean, they're sitting top of the league. They've got an absolutely fantastic side. Actually, they do have a very, very decent side, to say the least. But that's enough of that. That's the tables. If you need to, just have a little flick back, listen to me gob off again, and have a look at those tables. Some really, really interesting tables, some really competitive tables around the world at this moment in time. But we have a very difficult home game against Fluminense, and the one thing that I'm hoping for is seeing I've been off for a little while, I'm hoping that the training staff have done their business and kept the boys playing well. And obviously they have, because Wallison, after 18 minutes, strikes his 15th league goal of the season. You take that in comparison, look at the table, how many goals we've scored. He's scored now just under half of our goals, which is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And look at that, our keeper, for once, is making biblical saves. Oh, I had to get the word biblical in, come on. I'm ill, I'm allowed, it's default. Now, how do you concede that header? 21 minutes into the game. The corner comes to the back post. Now, we're talking, it's what, 13 yards out, and he heads it in. And I was really disappointed with that, watching it on the... obviously, I got given a DVD by my coaching staff, and I was really, really devastated by that goal. I think it's poor goalkeeping, but at the same time, I can't condemn him too much because he did pull off 2 fantastic saves. And again, we're under pressure. The boys aren't defending as solidly as I would like. They're allowing too many gaps. They're allowing them to make runs off them. You know, the defence has got to get a little bit tighter on players and not just allow them to make free runs. So they went in at half-time with the scoreline tied at 1-1, which is fair enough. It was a fair reflection on the game, to be fair. You know, the home fans were getting behind the boys, and the boys did play well. But as I say, you know, they just... too many defensive errors that have been creeping into our game for, well, since day one, to be honest. We had tightened up on it at certain times, but the one thing the boys have got is good engines on them and the competitive spirit. As you can see, great play there by Wallison, knocking it into William. William breaking through into the box, into the bottom corner, 2-1, 49th minute. What a fantastic goal. Absolutely well crafted. The ball by Wallison was just timed to perfection. It was absolutely sensational. Split the defence. William with a fantastically timed run, and we were laughing all the way to the bank as Wallison trying to make it 3-1. He's such a handful. He really is such an unbelievable handful to play against. I would hate to be a centre-back playing against Wallison because he's constantly on the move. He's dropping deep. He's going out wide. He's chasing the ball down. He wants the ball. He gives. He goes. He receives. He shoots early. He takes headers. He must be an absolute nightmare. But thankfully, the referee did blow the full-time whistle, and we did sneak a 2-1 home victory to Fluminense, which is a fantastic result. An absolutely fantastic result, and a huge 3 points at this moment in time for the club. I then decided that because the episode is going to be relatively short due to well, I probably sound awful. I do apologise, but hopefully you can still feel the passion as we take a 1-0 lead. Come on, boys, and we're pegged back to 1-1. I felt we should sim a game and be able to get another game into the episode, thus speeding up this season for sure, and then we can get onto a new club, or we can stay. That would be down to you. As you know, the whole point of this series is something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do a journeyman where I go to different clubs, different continents, manage different clubs, different players, which is absolutely sensational. But I wanted to do it where people, you know, predict where I go. Not predict, guide my future as such. You know, pick where I go, which is the fun part. Gabriel there, great ball over the top, great control. He just couldn't get that ball out of his feet. If he could have got out into his left foot and pinged the shot away, it could have been very, very interesting. But a great ball over the top there. And Fonseca goes straight through his man like an absolute beast. It had to be done at the end of the day. The boy was going to be clean through, and he does it like a boss. Look at that. Completely evades the ball and goes for the player's kneecaps, which is sensational. A bit of grit, a bit of that British bulldog that I'm trying to breathe into the side from my years spent in English football. Don't forget I am Brazilian, because I am one Diablo. But we go in at half-time, 0-0, and Fonseca with that yellow card hanging over his head. And as I was saying, I want my future to be guided by you guys. You know, I want you guys to pick the teams where I go, the divisions where we go. I want to go to strange places, different leagues. I don't want it to be stereotypical. We're going to move straight on to, I don't know, Italy or Germany, something like that. That's boring. I want to go everywhere. If we go to Denmark, we go to Denmark. We go to Norway, we go to bloody Norway. We're going to have fun doing it. It's going to be a totally different series from what other people do on a journeyman, and that's what I love about it, and you guys get to pick and choose. And hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you later.